Hi guys, today I'm going to be testing out brand new makeup from Yesstyle. I got a bunch of different things and a lot of it is going completely viral right now. So as always, I'm going to give you my unsponsored opinion and you're getting kind of a sneak preview of what the look turned out like. And I will say there is one viral product I'm testing today that's getting rave reviews from everybody. And so far I hate it. So we're going to get into all that. So stick around. And if you're new here and you like unsponsored makeup reviews, be sure to hit the subscribe button and let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. All right, so first up, I got two foundations. I am going to be trying the Tirtir cushion today because this is like so viral. I just saw Tati do a video about it. I've seen a lot of people talking about it on social media, so I really want to try this out. This one I've actually used in the past, and I am so excited that it's back. This is the Missha Choboyang BB Cream. So if you've been on my channel for a while, you know how much I used to love this, even more than the red Perfect Cover BB cream from Missha. That one is good, but the Choboyang is even better. It's meant for more mature skin types. And also I feel like the undertone of this isn't quite as gray. So I just want to show you really fast. This is number 21. This is what the packaging looks like. It's just redesigned. I thought they were discontinuing it and I was so upset, but I guess they were really just redesigning the product. So I hope they didn't change the colors. I used to wear 21 and it was perfect for me. So I just got a couple of pumps out there. Let me just show you. So it's a lot less gray than the Missha Perfect Cover, which I'm fine with that one too, but I feel like this one just matches a little bit better. And even though that one is really moisturizing, I feel like this just takes that to another level. So if you have more dry skin or more mature skin, I think this one is the best option when it comes to the Missha BB cream. So I'm really happy to have this back. All right, let's try out this Tirtir cushion. This is called the Mask Fit Red Cushion, and I got it in the shade 21W Natural Ivory. This was tested on people wearing masks, which thankfully we're not really doing anymore, but it's supposed to hold up even under a mask. So I think, what are the claims? It says it'll last 24 hours in a mask and 72 hours without a mask, which is insane. Nobody even wears makeup for that long. So here's what the cushion looks like. It's actually an oval shape, while most of them I feel like are more of a round compact. It's really pretty. Then inside you have a somewhat larger mirror than you would normally get. You have the red sponge to apply it with. And then here's the actual cushion product itself. So I'm really, really hoping that this color is going to be okay for me. It looks a little bit light and a little bit yellow toned. So I don't know. We're just going to go with it and see what happens. It's supposed to be really thin and lightweight. So I'm excited. If this shade doesn't match, but I actually like the formula, I'll probably go back and just order the next shade up. So let me just zoom you guys in and moment of truth. Let's see how this is. I know when I saw Tati's video on it, she said that this spreads a really long way. Just dipping it into the cushion once, you can kind of get a lot of cover. I mean, look at this. This is incredible. It's super thin. The coverage is kind of insane. Oh my gosh. It's almost surreal as I'm applying it because usually when a product has this much coverage, it's thick, it's heavy, it feels kind of cakey, and this is just like going into my skin like water, like a skin tint would, but it's covering unbelievably. It does have a little bit of a fragrance to it. It reminds me of something that my mom used to use in the 90s, like some type of lotion maybe. So if you are sensitive to fragrance, you're probably not going to want to use this. But yeah, look at this coverage. This is crazy. It's definitely not the right color for me, but this is much more full coverage than I'm used to wearing for sure. All right, I'm just going to quickly go over my skin with a clean brush. This is the Sigma Soft Coverage Brush, just because I feel like I applied a little bit too much and I want to make sure that this is blended out really well. As I'm blending, I'm also just kind of looking at my skin up close in the mirror, and I'm not liking the way that this looks close up. I feel like from far away, it's very flawless. Right away, looking at my pores on my cheek area, it looks like it's just kind of settling into those and really accentuating them. I can see them a lot more. It looks like it's kind of sitting on top of my nose instead of sinking in. And it's also not sitting smoothly on my chin. I realize that I do have that kind of orange peel texture on my chin, which is so annoying, but it looks like it's almost breaking up a little bit in that area, or it's just not laying smoothly. So we're gonna have to see, I guess, how this settles and wears throughout the day. Right now, not loving it, but sometimes it takes a few minutes for something to just go into your skin a little bit more. And also I put too much of it on, that's for sure. So maybe with a lighter application, it would look a little bit more natural. Anyway, let's move on to eyeshadow. So I got this little palette from a brand called Judydoll, and this is called the All-in-One Palette for Your Full Face, and it is number 28. So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a full face palette. It looks like an eyeshadow palette to me. So this is the outside. It's a really nice small size. And then inside you have really beautiful, cooler, kind of taupey browns, which I love. I would definitely use this palette every day. And looking at the swatches quickly, you have two shimmer shades, one that's a little bit more pigmented and one that is really light, like a topper. And then you have 5 matte shades that are all in these beautiful taupey neutrals. You do have one ivory shade as well, and they feel super, super soft and velvety. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this shade down here, which is shade number 6. And I'm just gonna start working this into my crease with the Rephr number 15 Max brush. These mattes definitely have a similar feel to other Asian eyeshadows that I've tried in the past, just really like velvety, very silky, easy to blend and work with. And also I feel like the pigmentation on this is pretty good. In my last video, I was just talking about how makeup is kind of like on a downward trend right now. And I was talking about this video that I had seen recently from Kelly Gooch talking about how eyeshadow is out, that the TikTok generation thinks that eyeshadow is for old ladies. I guess call me an old lady then, because I still love it. All right, next I'm gonna apply this shade right here and just deepen my outer corner. I find that when I'm doing eyeshadow looks, I don't do anything super complicated anymore. I used to use like 5, 6 different colors. Now I usually just put something in my crease, I define the outer corner with a deeper shade, and then put a shimmer on my lid, and then I'm good. On days when I'm not filming, I often just use one shadow, just like a one and done, and some days I don't even wear eyeshadow. I just put liner, like a liquid liner, and mascara, and that's it. But in my last video where I was talking about it, I got a lot of feedback, some people saying they also don't wear as much makeup as they used to, and then there was the flip side, and people saying they wear it more than ever. So it's interesting to hear all of your responses and what you're wearing these days. Those of us who primarily watch YouTube are still, I think, fully into makeup. It just seems like the younger generation that's not wearing as much for whatever reason. All right, so I am really loving how this is applying. I'm just taking my bigger brush and just kind of blending it out a little bit more. But these eyeshadows are so soft, they're really seamless, and they're not the kind that are too powdery that are gonna just blend away. Like, they really have nice grip. So next I'm just gonna apply a little dot of my NYX glitter glue to my eyelid, because I feel like that shade, when I swatched it, it seemed like it was a little glittery and I don't wanna have any fallout. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this as a sticky base, and I'm just gonna apply this shimmer right with my finger and just pat that from the inner corner back toward the middle. This shade is beautiful. It's like a really, really sparkly taupey brown. I love it. I feel like it really pops on my eyes. It is so stunning. All right, so moving on, I did also get an eyeliner from Judydoll, and this is their Slim Liquid Eyeliner. And it's in the shade number 2, which I think was brown, if I'm not mistaken. So this is what the outer packaging looks like. It's a brown shade. And one of the reasons I wanted this is because look at how tiny that little tip is. This is gonna be great for hooded eyes. So I just wanna quickly show you a swatch of this and so you can see the color. So that's what it looks like. And I'm just gonna start on the middle of my lid and just wing it out. By the way, the packaging is so nice. It feels like it's plastic, but it feels like a fancier plastic. It's very heavy and reminds me of like a high-end eyeliner. I mean, even some high-end feel cheaper than this. It feels super nice. And also this tiny little brush tip is so easy to control. I'm loving this. All right, so I had no trouble with this at all. I feel like it went on really smoothly. It didn't skip. I love the color. It's a really nice cool tone brown. Next up for mascara, I got the viral Judydoll mascara that everybody is talking about. I've seen so many people using this on social media. So I got it in shade number 1, which is black, and it's the curling iron mascara. So it's basically supposed to help your lashes to hold a curl all day. If you have straight lashes, this is supposed to be amazing. packaging and take a look at the brush because it's crazy. There actually is no brush. It's basically just a metal tube with grooves in it. So I'm excited to see how this applies. This packaging also has a ton of weight to it. It's really heavy, very luxurious feeling. So I'm just gonna start combing this through from the roots of my lashes up through the tips. Now, from what I've seen, this isn't really supposed to add a bunch of length and volume, and I've seen people apply this and then put their own mascara on top of it. This is really just meant for holding curl on your lashes. I mean, it is giving me a little bit of length and volume, but I think just the main selling point of this is that if you have straight lashes or lashes that droop, this is gonna keep them up all day. And one thing that I noticed too is my lashes aren't clumping. Like I figured they would be super clumpy and stuck together because there are no bristles to comb through, but I feel like the grooves in the metal are kind of doing that job for you. All right, so I figured I would just go ahead and wear this one today. I'm not gonna add another mascara on top of it, but I mean, look at the difference. It really did add some length and volume, even though I wasn't expecting it to. So we'll have to see how this holds up throughout the day. I have heard that it's really difficult to remove. It's like a waterproof mascara, so you're gonna need some sort of oil to break this down at the end of the night. I'm not crazy about that, but that also means that hopefully it's gonna last all day and it's not gonna smudge or flake either. Okay, so moving on to blush, I did get a couple of different blushes that I wanted to try, but I can only wear one today, so I'm just gonna show you the others first, and then I think I'm gonna wear the warm tone blush that I got because of what I'm wearing. I know I did cool tones on my eyes, but the browns that I put in my crease were like a little bit warm, so I don't know, I just feel like I'm wearing kind of an orangey shirt, so I think I wanna go warmer with my lips and cheeks. The eyes are kind of neutral. I feel like they'll go with anything, so I just wanna show you the cool tone blushes that I got first and do some swatches. So the first one is a cushion blush, and this is the Moisture Cushion Blush from a brand called FMGT. I'm not sure how you pronounce it or if that's just the way you say it, but this is what the outer packaging looks like. And then inside you have the little sponge, and here's the actual product. So it looks like it's gonna be a really beautiful color. I can't see where the shade is on the packaging, but I'll just put it on the screen. And I haven't tried a cushion blush in a while, but there was one from that brand, the Creme Shop, that's actually at CVS that I loved. It was so awesome. It was really long lasting, but unfortunately they discontinued it, so I don't have that one anymore. But as far as this color goes, it's really, really light. I still have the eyeliner here too, but this is the blush. It's super, super pale. So I feel like at least this shade, it'll probably show up on me, but not likely anybody who has a deeper skin tone than I do. It did come in a lot of different colors though, so I'll have to try that one on in another video. I also got one from 3CE, and this is called the Sheer Liquid Blusher, and it's in the shade Side Piece. So I'm just gonna do a little swatch. Ooh, this color is so pretty. It's like a beautiful rosy pink. All right, so here's the packaging and here's what that looks like. It feels super thin, kind of like a serum texture. So this is another one I'm really excited to try out. And I also got a powder blush from Judydoll. So this one is in the shade J3, and inside it has kind of an ombre effect. It's that beautiful cool toned hot pink that fades into lavender. So it looks gorgeous. So here's just a quick swatch so you can see the color. It feels super soft and really velvety, and it's also pretty pigmented. So I'm definitely going to be testing this one out soon as well. But the blush that I really want to try out today is from a brand called Her or Here. I'm not sure how you say this. It's just H-U-R. And this is actually a blush ampule, which is really interesting. Usually ampules are in skincare. So this is called the Moist Ampule Blusher. I have it in the shade Nude Beige. And on the side of the box, it says skincare meets makeup. It has apricot extract at 1% and panthenol at 0.01%. So here's what the packaging looks like. It almost looks like a foundation bottle a little bit. And I'll just pump a little bit on my hand so you can see the texture. It feels like it's going to be really thin, like a serum. So this is the color. Look at that. That is so pretty. It really does just feel like a skincare serum. It's really, really thin. So I'm just going to put a dot on my cheek, and I'm going to blend it with the Profusion round tapered brush, just kind of patting it back and forth. It's not an overly pigmented blush, which I do appreciate because I feel like blush, you can go overboard with it really quickly if it's pigmented. If you think of blushes like Juvia's Place and Rare Beauty, they can get out of control really fast. I usually have to use the tiniest little dot. Here I have like a whole swatch on the back of my hand and I can just kind of go ham with it. But one thing I love too is it feels really nice going on. It has almost a cooling sensation. It feels like I'm giving my skin a drink of water. It definitely has some hydration to it, but at the same time, it doesn't feel sticky. It feels a little dewy, but I'm also thinking it's gonna sink into my skin really fast because it's so thin. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit more on this cheek. I love this color too. This is like the perfect nude. It's not too peachy or too bright, so I think it'll go with a lot of different looks and just be one of those staple products that no matter what you're wearing on your eyes, this will go with it because it's really just a neutral. All right, so I really like this. I feel like it almost doesn't look like makeup. It's so skin-like. Moving on, we have some lip products to test out. I have a bunch. The first one was actually a recommendation from you guys. This was the Melting Candy Balm from Daisique. So I have seen a couple of different channels reviewing this brand, and I believe I've seen them over on Amazon as well. So if you don't want to order from Yesstyle, they do have them over there. And I got 3 different shades, so I figured I'll just try them all on. With lips, you can just kind of wipe them off and start again. So the packaging is the click pen style lip balms, like the Tarte ones. I feel like everybody is doing that these days. I do wonder if it was Tarte that actually started this trend or was it somebody else? I'm curious, but I always compare them to the Tarte because I feel like those are the most well-known. So again, this is what it looks like. I'll just show you some hand swatches first and then I'll try them on my lips. But I mean, as I'm swatching them, they feel like they have a very melty texture and they're actually super pigmented too. I would say more so than the Tarte ones for sure. They're actually reminding me of the NYX ones. What are those called? The Slick Clicks? All right, so here are the 3 shades that I have, starting with the top. This one is Sugar Plum, which is that pretty cool tone pink. The one in the center is Rose Milk. And then the bottom one is Gentle Peach. All right, so I'll start with the peach one first. Like I said, these are very pigmented. Also, they don't seem to have a scent, which is nice. So this is Gentle Peach. Next up is Rose Milk. This one is a great Your Lips But Better color. And then this last one is Sugar Plum. This is more of a cool tone pink, and I'm definitely here for it. Next up, I got a really similar shade from the brand Judydoll. This is in shade number 2. And on the box, it says that this is a lip gloss. But if you think about it, these really are kind of like a lip gloss in a stick. They're just not in the normal tube packaging that we would associate with it. But yeah, I think this one is even more melty than the Daisique ones. It is incredibly glossy. Like, look at the shine on that. It's so pretty. It's like a beautiful nude. And this one does have a scent. It's sweet, but also fruity. I love how smooth this one is, and it's not quite as thick as the Daisique ones. Those were kind of closer to the formula of the Tarte, but this one is super thin and a little bit more melty. So again, this is the Judydoll lip gloss in shade 2. Also from Judydoll, I got one of their lip jellies. So this comes in like a squeezy tube, but it's actually kind of interesting looking. The style of the tube is kind of more unique. And then the applicator itself is clear. It looks like this is shade N00. I'll have to double check on that, but it's basically like a tinted lip balm. So let me just show you what this looks like. It looks like it's gonna be a little on the thicker side and really hydrating. And also this color looks like it's gonna be so pretty. It's a nude, but it has a little bit of like a cooler pink undertone. It's kind of mauve-y. Look at that. That is gorgeous. And this one also seems to have a little bit of a fruity scent. So I think out of everything that I've tried today, this is probably the thinnest. It has almost a lip oil kind of feel, but it also feels cushiony. It feels deeply nourishing. And I would say it's the most sheer out of any of the products, but it's just such a beautiful, easy to wear everyday kind of lip balm. So I'm really loving the texture of this and how it feels. It is so nice. All right, and then yet another one from Judydoll. This is another viral product and it's called their Watery Lip Gloss. I have it in the shade 6. And this is such a cool, unique product. First of all, I think the packaging is so pretty. It has like a metallic look that goes sort of ombre in the tube. But the thing about this that went viral is the applicator is metal. So take a look at this really quick. It kind of looks like a scoop and it just has a little bit of the product there on the end, but it really doesn't attach itself to the wand of the product. And it does make it feel a little bit on the heavier side. So it's very luxurious. And again, this is shade number 6. So it looks kind of like, I guess, a terracotta type shade. It looks really pretty and very pigmented. It has a little bit of a watery serum-like texture from what I can tell. All right, so let's see what this applicator feels like. Oh my gosh, it's cold. It actually feels really nice. And the product itself, like, I know why they're calling it a watery lip gloss. It is super thin. It basically feels like I'm putting on a serum and it's kind of sinking right into my lips. I'm wondering if this has a staining effect. I guess we'll find out when I do the wear test, but I just can't get over this applicator. I want to just keep playing with it. It feels so nice when you run it back and forth. That is so cool. All right, so watery lip gloss in the shade 06. All right, guys, so here is the finished look. I am so happy with everything that I tried today, with the exception of the cushion foundation. I don't think it's gonna work out for me already. To you guys, kind of from far away, it probably looks flawless and with my lighting, but I'm definitely gonna take some video or pictures outside and show you what this looks like in natural light, because even just looking at it in the mirror in my studio lighting, it doesn't look great. You'll probably be seeing that footage next, and then later on tonight, I'll do a final check-in and see what everything looks like, but so far everything else I tried worked great. So I will see you all in a little bit. Hi guys, I just wanted to do a quick natural lighting check-in. So I'm really not happy with this foundation. I feel like on camera it might look better than it does in real life. It's just grabbing to every dry patch on my face. It looks horrible. Maybe I can take some actual photos and that'll give you a better idea. But other than that, I mean, everything else I think looks so good. The eyeshadow performed really well. The mascara is nice. The lip gloss that I put on did stain because I ate lunch. It's still there and it doesn't feel drying at all. So that is really awesome. I love it. The blush still looks really nice. It's been like about 2.5, almost 3 hours. So I feel like everything but the foundation is holding up really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another check-in later on tonight, and I will see you guys then. Hi everyone, it's 8:15, so it's been about 8.5 hours since I tried everything on, and I guess let's start with the positive. I think the eyeshadow still looks really great. It didn't really migrate underneath my eyes. I did wear the glitter primer, and I have just like 1 or 2 little glitter specks in the inner corners of my eyes, but really not too bad as far as fallout, and I think it looks really good. I don't have any creasing or fading. It's great. It held up well. As far as the blush, I still do see it. I think it's definitely faded since earlier today, but it was a pretty subtle color to begin with, so it kind of was expected. I'm honestly pretty surprised that it wore this well. So, I mean, that was really nice. I would definitely get that in more colors. I loved the thin serum texture that it had. And as far as the lipstick, that actually wore really well. As you saw in my check-in, after about 2 hours, the stain was still there. It didn't really last too much beyond that, so it's not the type of long-wearing lip stain that's gonna go all day or anything. A few hours at the most, but it stayed comfortable the whole time. My lips never felt dry, so I absolutely love that. Right now I'm wearing the lip balm, which is so silky. It just feels so nice. I'm just really impressed with everything from Judydoll. Even the liner is still holding up great. My wing is still intact. And the mascara as well. I feel like it still kept my lashes curled up, and it also hasn't smudged or flaked at all. It's just stayed put really nicely, and my lashes feel soft. They don't feel stiff or crunchy like I was expecting them to be. So overall, I think the Judydoll products really came through. As far as the Tirtir foundation, this is kind of the bad news. I don't like the way this looked. I mean, it actually did hold up really well. I don't see any fading. It's still holding up on my chin, my nose, all of those trouble spots where foundation usually wears away first. I just feel like it looks absolutely horrendous. I have polka dot pores. You can really see all of them. They're very highlighted, especially out in the daylight. So this is definitely not a foundation that's gonna help your skin to look smooth. That being said, I didn't wear it over primer, so I could try that next time and see if that helps. Also, I think I put on way too much product, so sometimes that can affect things as well. Next time, I definitely want to try maybe applying it a little bit lighter and putting down a pore smoothing primer first, because I really loved how lightweight it feels, especially for how much coverage this has, and also just how it holds up throughout the day. I think it would be awesome in the summertime when it's humid and your makeup isn't usually lasting very well. So I'm gonna have to play around with it some more and let you know in an update video in June. I'm definitely going to do another best and worst of 2024 roundup. So you'll be seeing those videos in a couple of weeks. But I would say if you have a lot of pores, texture, or just dry skin in general, just use this with caution if you're thinking about getting it. I just feel like I've seen so many videos of people just packing this on and saying that it looks so amazing, and I didn't have that experience. I think it's going to be a little bit more finicky. So like I said, I'll continue to use it before I completely shut it down and say that it's not for me. But first impression wise, it's not great. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And I'd love to hear your comments and feedback down in the comments below. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button, especially if you enjoy makeup reviews. And I hope to see you all again in my next video. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, guys. Bye.